Good morning, my loves. So here's our maths session today. I made my little clock, and I've seen on lots of photos and things that mums and dads have been putting on your dojo that you guys have made some amazing clocks as well. So well done. I just put mine on the back of the cornflakes pack to make it nice and strong, and I've just used my little pin here. So it is sharp at the back. If you've got some blue tack or something that you could put in, like a bit of foam or polystyrene, that probably would be safer for everybody. If you haven't made your clock yet, it's still up there on the dojo if you want to make it, and then you can work along with me in this video when you've done it. Okay, so we're going to just focus today on looking at the time to the hour. Okay, so when it's something o'clock. So any time when it's something o'clock, this big hand will always be right at the very top of our clock on the number 12. Okay, anytime it's something o'clock. Okay, so that big hand is facing upwards, right up to the sky to our number 12. And this little hand here will tell us which o'clock it is. Okay, so if this little hand here was pointing to the 8, oops, it's a runaway, come back, we'll say it's pointing to that one then. It was pointing to the 7, and the big hand is pointing to the 12, it won't be 12 o'clock, it will be 7 o'clock. Remember, this big hand always points to the 12 when it's an o'clock. So anytime that's pointing straight up, this number tells us, whatever number their little hand is pointing to will tell us what o'clock it is. So if I make the time go really fast, it's going in the right direction. Oh, it's gone up here. It's now 10 o'clock. Whoops. And if it's over here, it will be 3 o'clock. Well done. What about if my little hand is pointing all the way down to the 6, my big hand's staying up here on the 12, it would be 6 o'clock. Well done. And what about if I'm being really tricky, because this is a time that you might see on your clocks, what happens if the little hand is hiding now and you can't see it very well because it's underneath the big hand pointing to the 12? That would be 12 o'clock. You guys will be doing such smart thinking right now. I can just feel it in my heart. Well done. So maybe your mum or dad could make a time on your clock to see if you could get the time. And then maybe you could make a time for them to try and read. Over on the dojo, there are 2 worksheets if you wanted to practice doing some learning with your clock and then practice doing these ideas on the worksheets. So there's one sheet that's got lots and lots of clocks with different o'clock times on them that you can write underneath. When you are writing your o'clock, you're going to have to wait 1 minute because I've left my whiteboard over there, and I wonder what number you can count to by the time I get back. On your marks, get set, go. 1, 2, oh. Am I going for long? I wonder what number you counted up to. So when you write your number, when you're writing your o'clock, so if it's, let's say, 9 o'clock, when you write it underneath your clock, which will be on your worksheet, so here's your clock on your worksheet, there's a little line underneath here, and you write your number in. So you will write 9, 2 little dots like that, o'clock. Okay, so it writes 0, 0. Another way to write 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock. So this word here is o'clock, and this one here will change depending on where your little hand is going to be. Okay, so if your little hand is on a 7, you won't write 9, you'll write 7. So if you were writing 7 o'clock, you'd write 7 o'clock like that, or 7 o'clock like that part. Okay, so it's up to you. Either way is spot on and perfect and wonderful. And it's good to know that there's more than one way of doing things as well. Okay, so have a little bit of fun with that, because learning to tell the time is a really important part of being a person, because then you know that you're going to be on time, and you can always help mum and dad to know what the time is as well. So have fun with that, my darlings. I can't wait to see what you've been up to, and we'll get together really soon, I hope. Okay, ka kite, bye.